Here's a layout of deck 1 and deck 2. We'll start off in the atrium. This is pretty much where you're going to get on the ship here. Right here you have the excursions desk. Right next to it you have guest services. It's right here in the flip-flop atrium. There's the flip-flop bar right there. Come in and get your drink on. This is where they had a lot of the white parties. They had the live music on the stage right there behind the bar. And here is the iconic giant flip-flop in the atrium. And this is like an old Spirit class ship, so this atrium goes all the way up to deck 10 up there, where you can see all the way up to the top. I just love these old ships. But yes, right here they have the white party. Right across over there, there's where they set up for pictures in the evening. There's some nice seating over there. There's a big shark over there you can take your picture with. A nice little swing right there. And back here is the, just aft of the atrium, is the Hemisphere Dancer Craft Spirits Bar. I had an espresso martini there that was to die for, y'all. It was called the Jet Lag. It's the perfect place to sit and have a cocktail right before dinner. It's right there, right in front of Finn's main dining room. And then if you follow this corridor up here, it comes right back up into the atrium. Now let's move back. Next to the Hemisphere Dancer Bar is the nightclub. There's a door right off the nightclub that goes into the Hemisphere Bar there. And look at this place. It's got a nice big bar. It's got bar seating up top. It's a 2-level bar, you'll see. And if you look, they've got it all decorated for Halloween. Look at that big scary guy in the corner. Cobwebs everywhere, little spiders. A lot of comfortable seating over here for when you need to take a break from being down there on that colorful dance floor. Look at that dance floor. I love it. I love all the retro colors. I love these older ships, man. I know I keep saying it, but they are just classic cruising to me. I mean, the big ships are nice, but there's just something about these little ships. And they took a lot of detail to decorate for Halloween. There's some more bar seating right there. There's a spiral staircase we're about to go down. Beware! Go back! If you're scared of the dance floor, yeah, you might not want to come down here. But this leads right out to the dance floor, so you can get out there and shake your booty and show your moves off. There's a lot more seating down here as well. A lot of nice comfortable benches down here. So you can rest after your knees or your hips are giving away if you're getting older like me. If you're young, you can just stay out there on the dance floor and we'll just watch you. But this is really happening spot at night. It's called the Hot Nightclub, I believe is what it's called. But we didn't make it down here at all this sailing, but maybe next time. It looks like a real fun spot. And then following up forward from the atrium, follow this hallway, takes you right into the casino, the adult arcade. That's right, where dreams are made or broken. They have plenty of table games here. They've got 3-card and 5-card poker, a lot of slots. They have some of the old school 3-reels over there. A lot of the higher volatility games. There's some Dragon Link games right here. There's a craps table right over here. There's a roulette table towards the other side. A lot of blackjack tables, and just a lot of choices for slot machines. They didn't have my favorites, but I found something to play. You know, you got to work on those casino deals. Here is the casino bar, and a little note: the drinks are complimentary as long as you are gambling in the casino. So they're few and far between, but they'll get to you. And here is the Far Side of the World Lounge. This is where they did a lot of trivia. They actually had a Halloween costume party while we were here. And they had it here. There's live music up there on the stage. And like I said, they do a lot of trivia in here. On the bar we just passed back there, that's where the Far Side Sushi is. You might see the little display case as we go right there. And that guy was pouring drinks till the middle of the night. He's been there a while, looks like. Coming over here to the arcade, just to the starboard side of the Far Side Lounge. They have a lot of the grab games here. Amanda got a duck playing in one of those games. Actually, if you have to win on that game. If you put something in there, it keeps going until you pull something out. So it looks like they have a lot of spots for some more games here. I don't know if they were broken or just maybe it's not a popular hangout. I was here early in the morning, so there's not too many people playing video games this early in the morning. But yeah, it looks like right there they could have a lot more games put in there. And that stairway goes up to the third deck to the Havana Lounge. Walking forward up here on the right, they do a lot of teen hangouts over here on the far outside on the right here. And walking up here is, we are going to the Stars on the Water Theater. There's an elevator bank right here. As you walk, there's doors on either side. It looks like they got a wheelchair ramp there, so it's very accessible if you need that. Coming over here on the right, to the right side, we're still on deck 2 here, but the Coral Reef Lounge is on deck 1. But if you go to these doors to the right, you'll find a very colorful stairway. All the coral decorations and chandeliers in here is very ornate. I mean, it's a beautiful lounge. We had a lot of group meetings up here. We were in a group of about 320 something people, so we needed a big lounge to fit everybody in. And I don't think everybody came to every event. And it was still it was pretty packed. We all found seats though. They had the bar open here for a couple times for us. Looks like they were going to have an art auction. And again, in here, they have it all decorated for Halloween. There's a lot of bench seating. It's fluffy friendly seating, I like to call it, because it's not those narrow folded down seats. They're all benches. Here's again another look at the bar. And look at the coral over there on the side in those glass cases. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, that took a lot of work. But other than group meetings, they would have a couple shows in here. They'd have the comedians in here. It's just a multi-use spot. And like I said, it looks like they were going to have an art auction down in here. It really is a very comfortable lounge. I mean, you see the little tables there. Everybody had a spot to put their drink. And even on the edge right there, if you didn't have any room, it has a cushion on it so you could sit on there too. And that coral just wraps around all the way. The mirrors makes it look a lot bigger. Now, it was a little warm in there. I'll have to admit that. But this goes out to deck 1 to the elevator bank, and you see another accessible ramp right here. It seems like Margaritaville has done a good job with their accessibility. And that is the Coral Reef Lounge. Next, we'll go up to deck 3. And we'll be starting up here from the Stars on the Water Theater. Walking around the outside of the Stars of the Water Theater, there is the A1A Jimmy Buffett Memorial Highway. It is really a good spot to just come and chill, maybe have a cup of coffee in the morning, or just come over here and have a couple drinks and just, it's a good spot to be by yourself. It's never crowded over here. A lot of people hid their ducks in here. My grandson found a couple ducks while we were walking around in here. You got nice views out the windows of the ocean. Looks like on the right there they have some extra storage for some more life jackets. So safety first, yeah. But look at the flooring. I love all the rock. It was probably faux rock, but still, it It looks like a cobblestone street. And going up these stairs here, they lead up to the Fins Up Fitness Lounge, fitness gym. It's not a very big gym. They got some hand sanitizer there, washy. They got a couple bikes here, some weight machines. There's a rowing machine, it looks like, some treadmills, some more free weights. There's a spot over there on the other side I didn't walk to where you could do some aerobics if you have a video to watch. They have some exercise balls back there. It's not a large gym. I think it was an afterthought on some of the older ships. I believe this was the kids' club area. So continuing on around A1A, it wraps around the front of the ship. Again with this ornate walkway looking like a cobblestone street. If you didn't want to get out in the weather, if it was raining, this would be a perfect spot to get your walking in. If you didn't want to go up in the gym and walk on a treadmill, you could just walk in circles right here. That's another stairway that does lead up to the gym there. Over here, they have some more seating that's just like on the other side. Again, with some nice views of the water out there. And again, just a perfect spot to come have a drink, a coffee, just have a conversation, play some cards. It's very quiet. Like I said, never ever did I see it busy up here every time we walked up here. And it just wraps all the way around. And look, the seats were quite comfortable. We sat in them quite a bit just watching. You can see there somebody already had their coffee for the morning because I was here kind of early. And then it just comes right out here to the other side of the theater. You can turn right and go right into the theater there. Every time I was up here, they were rehearsing. So I just got some pictures here, some still photos of the theater. This is where they have all their production shows. We never had a hard time finding a seat in there. I don't think our sailing was quite full, but it was pretty close to full. Again, right here, we're walking into the Havana Daydreamin' Lounge. Got lots of seating here. Over here, they have some TVs and some seating. A lot of times, if there was a football game or the baseball playoffs were going on, so those were playing in here. It also doubles as a sports bar. You can see the TVs there and the nice comfortable seating in there. They'd have some live music here in the evenings. There's another little alcove in here with some TVs. So you have a couple different games playing at the same time. Over here at the bar, in the morning, a nice little pro tip. In the morning, they have, which you can get at any time of the day, but at that bar they have Cuban coffee. Here's some more seating and benches and tables. But yeah, they have a Cuban coffee menu there. Every morning I would go up there and get a Cuban coffee and I would be right for the day. All I needed was one, y'all. It was good stuff. There's some menus on the table there. Walking aft from the Havana bar, we're walking in here where they have all the shops. They got over here on the left, they got some snacks and some sundries in there. And on both sides here, you can get your Margaritaville and Jimmy Buffett themed clothing, tchotchkes, keychains, cups. They also had some stuffed animals in there. Amanda got her a stuffed parrot, so she can bring her parrot head home with her. Right here is another shop with some clothes. Little past this is where the jewelry is. They've got jewelry, watches. Of course, they're going to sell you jewelry and watches on the ship. I don't know why that is, but there they are. Some more clothing here on the left. They had some that big octopus right there. You could take it home with you for about $700, but if you like it enough, you can take it with you. That is deck 3 promenade. That deck on the outside wraps all the way around the ship. The only place it doesn't wrap around is in the front, but you could walk right through those doors across to the other side and get right back outside. Right here we're walking into near the atrium, the middle. Right here on the left is the tattoo shop, the tattoo parlor. We did partake and get a couple tattoos while we were here. Here's another look at the atrium. Walking around over here, you see the pictures over here. We'll come back over here. They are digital now, so you don't have to walk around and find your photos. Over here on the left, there's a cool little ship model. That's a perfect spot to get a photo op. There's another look at the atrium, the big flip-flop and the glass elevators. Walking around on the other side here, right up here in front of us is the suites lounge. If you have a suite category, you can come down here and hang out, get some snacks, something to drink. You have your own concierge to get your shore excursions going or anything you need on board. Next to that is the future cruise desk. You can make an appointment to set your future cruise, and they usually have some good promotions going on. Here we are back at the pictures. Look at that. We just happened to be up there on the screen, but they're all digital now. So, like I said before, there's no searching for your pictures anymore. Walking aft from the picture gallery, you can see out the windows there, the outside promenade deck again. We're walking back into the Bubbles Up Lounge, which also doubles as the piano bar in the evenings. Right here in front of us, there's another conference room in case you have a big group that needs a room to gather in. It's another craft cocktail bar. There's the piano. They have really, really good drinks here. All the bartenders on this ship were good. Walking back here, we in the rear elevator banks, and here is the Islander dining room. Below it is the Finn's dining room. I don't know why I didn't get any footage of that, but I did not. But it's basically a mirror image of this, just a floor below. If you look over there in the middle, there's a railing there where you can look down into the Finn's dining room. But we ate in both. They have the same menu. They have a suites menu that you could also purchase from if you're not in the suites. But great views. We had great service. No problem with the meals. Here's deck 4 and deck 5, 6, and 7. And deck 8 are all pretty much cabins. So we'll skip those. Deck 9 is the 5 o'clock somewhere deck. And deck 10 is the Lucky Star deck. We'll start out and going up the glass elevators. Look at that. You start out underwater, come up to the coral reef. There's a beach. Now you're climbing up into the sky with the birds, the parrots. And then you end up on deck 10 with Jimmy Buffett's Hemisphere Dancer playing right there. And you saw that glass stairway going up to the steakhouse, which is where we'll be next, the JWB Steakhouse. We had dinner up here one night. It was very, very good. It wasn't too crowded either. I don't know if not a lot of people booked it that night or whatever. We had a late one though. It was about 8:30. We ate late that night. It is 2 levels. Over here towards the front, there's a glass opening. So if you do have early dining, it might be a little warm in there. It might have a little greenhouse effect with the sun blaring in those windows. But there's the open kitchen concept over there. On the other side of the restaurant here, there is a bar. You do not have to be eating here to come up to this bar. So if you are having trouble getting a drink somewhere, just pop up here and go to that bar and get a drink. There's never a line. Walk back out here to the elevator banks. And that is the tour of JWB Prime Steakhouse. And here's a look at the glass stairway going down from the restaurant down to deck 9 into pretty much the buffet area. But yeah, you can see right through those stairs all the way down to the atrium. It's pretty cool. And the best name of a buffet ever, Port of Indecision. Is that not just perfect? It's right here by the middle of elevator banks. Walk over here, there's some hand sanitizers everywhere, so washy. Right here in the mornings, they'd have a good breakfast on both sides of the buffet. They have lunch and dinner here as well. Plenty of seating. On the left over here in the mornings, they'd have a cereal station. Like I said, there's plenty of seating back here. We never had a problem finding a place to sit. It was pretty seamless trying to, once we got our food, maybe we walked around for a couple minutes and try and find a place to eat. And there was 5 of us, so it was really easy to find a place. Back here is another buffet station in the evenings, but also it is Frank and Lola's Pizzeria. Here's the drink stations, coffee, lemonade, water. There's Frank and Lola's Pizzeria. I think they stayed open till about 2 every night. It was pretty late. Back here is another buffet. Over here is the Margaritaville Coffee Cafe. Over here on the right, they have those pastries for an extra charge. They have very good coffee here. I came here a few times in the morning. Again, plenty of seating back here. It's a mirror image on the other side. And this will walk back out to the Tiki Bar. This is the adults only area. It is early in the morning here, so it's kind of dark, but they have the island eats back here on both sides. You can eat some per charge. It's not included. We did not try that, although I'm surprised Amanda didn't get some crab legs. She loves crab legs. Plenty of seating at that bar. Lots of seating in the shade right here with some tables. Another look at the bar there. There's the other side of the island eats back here. There is a pool back here. Friendly staff. Everybody's always saying hello. I like the little tiki poles there. The deck looks wide open because they have not put the chairs out yet. There's a look at the pool. And there is a hot tub back here. It never seemed to be too crowded back here either. I mean, we were in there with like probably 10 people in the pool, and we had plenty of room. I like the little Margaritaville glass they put on the statue's hand back there. There's some day beds over there on the side. I'm not sure if they are extra. I don't believe so. I think it's just first come, first serve. Plenty of comfy seating right there, though. There's a nice chill vibe back there. And if you just need to get away from the kids for a little while, or you just don't want to hear kids running around and playing, it's the perfect spot back here. There's another look at the pool. It was pretty deep. It was about chest deep. I'm about 5'8", and it was chest deep. There's a shower over here. And of course, no tour is complete without walking back here and looking at the wake view. Isn't that the best view on the whole ship? It is to me, anyway. There's a helipad right here. It won't land, it's winch only. So, in the unfortunate event, this is where they will bring you and get you off the ship, but let's not talk about that because that's just not going to happen, is it? Walking back on this side, we're going back into the buffet area. Another hand sanitizer and a bathroom over here. There's a bathroom on the other side by the other door as well. I think the women's is on the other side. This was the men's. And again, plenty of seating here. The ones on the left have a nice view out there to the ocean. You can't beat an ocean view with your breakfast, lunch, or dinner. There was always somebody to grab your plates, take them away, and keep your table clean if you're ready to go get some more. Or they never really rushed you out of your seats. Luckily, nobody hung out. When they were done eating, they got up and left. I noticed that has been a problem on some ships where people get finished with their breakfast and decide to break out a card game and just keep themselves at that table, and they've got people walking around searching for a place to eat. But I would get up here early in the morning. They'd open about 6 o'clock in the morning for coffee, and I would grab my coffee and go sit in one of those chairs and just watch the ocean go by. Amanda likes to sleep in a little bit, so I would finish my coffee and then go get hers and bring it back to the room for her. There's a hand washing station right there. There was one on the other side as well. And walking out here, we are at the 5 o'clock somewhere deck. Right here is the Mexican Cutie. In the mornings they have great breakfast burritos. In the afternoons they have tacos all day long, or burritos, or burrito bowls. That table back there was where you get all your fixings. There's an ice cream station back there. There was somebody back there to make it for you. Another hand washing station there. Plenty of chairs around the pool out here. Right here is where they did our sail away party. We usually have live music playing here during the day on the stage. Over here is the Cheeseburger in Paradise bar. That was very popular. Another ice cream station back there. Another hand washing station there. The day beds underneath the cover over here were reserved. So I'm sure that was reserved at an extra cost. The tables next to it are first come, first serve, and that's a nice place to sit and have your lunch or some drinks in the shade. But if you're a sun worshiper, just get out here on one of these loungers and you can jump in the pool and cool off. And the pool is actually very cool. I mean, it wasn't bath water. You really did cool off. Here's the 5 o'clock somewhere bar. I love the limes on the seats. Those beds right there on the floor you can put in the water. They're little loungers that kind of float, and you can sit there and cool off. There's your towel station, or if you needed to rent any sports equipment, that was the spot where you would get it. Up here is the Land Shark pool area. It has a nice big pool and a hot tub. See somebody out there already hanging out, watching the big screen. They would have movies out here. They'd play some sports. They had some football games on, on Saturday and Sunday. So that was good. Up there on deck 10, right there in front of us, is the smoking section. Plenty of seating out here. You can get some loungers in the shade right here. I'm all about the shade, y'all. I used to be a sun worshiper, but I don't know. I guess getting older, you enjoy the shade a little more. I guess because I work outside most of the time. And moving forward here is the Saint Somewhere Salon and Spa. Right here is where you would get your massages, facials, any spa treatments. Here's where you go in and sign up. All the treatment rooms are treatment rooms, I say. I guess they're treating you, giving you a massage, facials, or whatever. Up that way. Turn around and go back the other way. Stairwell up here. And over here on the other side is some more treatment rooms. And there it is, the Saint Somewhere Spa. Okay, up here on deck 10, between the two pools, is the Land Shark Bar. Plenty of seating up here. I love the bottle cap tops for the seats. That's a nice touch. There's another look at the Land Shark pool area. More seating over here on this side, right here in the shade. There's a nice breeze up here during the day while the ship's moving. Keep you nice and cool. Lots of extra day beds up here. Not day beds, but loungers. And we're walking aft on the port side of the ship. Take another look at the 5 o'clock somewhere pool area. Hot tub. There's the stage again. Like up here in between, this is sort of the jogging track, I guess you would say. People used it as the jogging track. That little area went all the way to the other side of the ship, and then you would just keep going aft here and circle around. I believe inside there to our left is the JWB Prime Steakhouse in there. That's the second level. There's always somebody working, always somebody cleaning, always somebody getting the decks clear of water. This sailing, I guess it was their time to varnish all the railings, so I noticed it up there on the Land Shark bar. All those were redone. These railings right here were redone. That's what this guy's doing right here. He's sanding and varnishing the railings. So they're trying to keep the ship shape. It's an older ship, so it needs a little tender loving care. Back here is the water slide to our left over here. It's another view of the adults only area back there. Gotta love that view. There is the water slide. There's a bit of a stairway to get up there to it, but it looked fun. There's the Carnival Paradise over there with us in port. This was a tender port. We were in Belize this day. So you can see the tenders out there. There's the exit to the slide. You can see one of the tender boats out there going towards Belize City. And deck 11. They have a nice play area up here for young kids. The only thing I did not like about it was it's up here on the top deck with no shade. So if it was hot, there was nowhere to get out of the sun up here. I think I may put that on the post-cruise survey. I may suggest putting at least some chairs up here with some umbrellas so you can get out of the sun. See, we had a little rain that night and he was cleaning all the water off of there. He was nice enough to stop as I was walking by. He noticed me there. But it is a cool little play area. But if it's not too hot, if you come here early in the morning or in the evenings, it's a perfect place for your little ones to come and play. There's the entrance to the slide. And now we're up front by the mini golf. It's a 9-hole mini golf. It's Jimmy Buffett themed. You see all the little tiki huts and sand castles, and there's a pickleball court here. Of course, I think every ship has a pickleball court now. It's big now. I have never played. It looks like a lot of fun, but I saw a few people up here playing the mini golf. It was a little challenging. They were having fun. It might have been more challenging because they had a few adult beverages, and I don't blame them. This area is called the This and Dat sports area. On this side of the ship, I've never seen this on any ship. Instead of mini golf, it is cornhole or bag toss, and they have a few different themes there. Seems pretty cool. Come up here and play some bag toss. Throw it on your raft there. There's a big Adirondack chair. Back here you got to throw it into the hammock. That should be a real hammock because I would just be hanging out there all day. And maybe that's why it's not a real hammock. They don't want me hanging out up there all day. But that is the This and Dat activity zone.